Yeah, that's right.
Man after my own heart. Yeah, take a seat. Yeah, there you go. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome here to Pocono Raceway. We're going to get our media availability started today with one of the stars of the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Austin Hill, driver of the number 21 Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, making his 100th NASCAR Xfinity Series start today. But more importantly, I mean, you've got some great initiatives going on with that car today, and near and dear to my heart, the Canine initiatives with veterans. Could you explain what you have going on today and everything associated with the car?
Yeah, so, Global Industrial has partnered with Canines for Warriors for this weekend. Really cool initiative. We're going to have some service dogs here, some veterans here. So it's going to be a really cool experience. Just everything that our veterans do for us, for our country. It's just going to be a special day for us. I wish we could have more than just one day with them, but we saw a few of them as we were actually driving over here, some of the canines and some of the veterans and stuff. So such a special day for us, and I can't wait to meet all of them, get some pictures by the car, and get to know them a little bit before we get racing this afternoon.
That's awesome. We're going to open up the floor for questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start up here.
Hi, Austin. So there are many different charities one could choose to support. What was it that drew you to this particular charity of the veterans and the canines?
Yeah, so, it really kind of came down to Global Industrial, our sponsor. They were trying to look for a charity to sponsor or to go with, and it just made sense for everyone at RCR, and the things that Richard does for veterans and that type of thing. So I just thought it's just kind of one of those easy charities to go with. Just really all of us can get on board with that, right? I mean, when you think about veterans and you think about canines and the ones that are suffering from PTSD and having these canines be their kind of moral support in a sense really goes a long way. So I think just anyone can back that, and we're really backing it this weekend.
Go next to Dustin.
Dustin Lubino, JC Austin. You got the 2 wins to start the year. You got the most top 5s in the series, tied for the second most top 10s. Where would you kind of assess where you guys are at right now, 4th in the championship standings?
We still got some work to do. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These last few weeks, we've kind of gotten back on the right foot a little bit. We had some races where we were in a little bit of a slump. It wasn't from a lack of speed in a sense. It's just things would happen on the racetrack, get caught up in wrecks, whatever. And the last 2 races, we've kind of bounced back from that. We finished 4th at Nashville, and then, and then we finished 7th at Chicago. Chicago, we could have ran easily top 5, maybe top 3, maybe even had a shot at it. It just one of the restarts, I didn't get a good restart, didn't do a good job. So, I gotta do a better job inside the race car and just be better. I know that sounds like cheesy, but I got to do a better job. I got to, when it comes down to the end of these races and, every spot matters, and, you lose 1 or 2 spots, that can really throw away a chance of winning the race. And that's what happened to me at Chicago. I restarted 2nd and fell to 9th in a lap. So we can't have that happen. So I got to be better. But then on the flip side of it, we still got to have some better race cars. I think that everybody at RCR and ECR is doing a really good job each and every week with, giving us quality race cars between the 2 and the 21 and I. But still, we just got to crisp some things up. And I think that starts with just the communication and being a little bit better as a team. I think that there's things that we can do a better job at. So we're still working on that. I think we'll be ready once playoff starts, but we still got some things to fix.
Go next to Zach, then Davey.
Zach Sterniolo, NASCAR.com. Austin, along those lines, what can you take away from 2 weeks in a row like this with Pocono and Indy, with big tracks, long straightaways, high speeds? It seems like that you've excelled at those sorts of tracks, but also have had success on the road courses too. But with these 2 weeks particularly, what can you guys take away for this 21 team?
Yeah, the thing about it is I don't know how much you really take away from it going into the playoffs. I mean, trust me, I want to go win Pocono just as bad as the next guy today, but winning Pocono, does that really help anything in the 7 races that we have in the playoffs? I don't really know. I don't think so. Now, it gives you those bonus points. You get the 5 extra bonus points if you win the race, and if we get stage points, we get the extra. So all of that would be great to have. But as far as like a setup deal or package that we can learn from, I don't really know what it really helps other than just giving your team a little bit of extra confidence and momentum as we get closer to these playoffs. But, I'm looking forward to today, but at the same token, I'm really looking at these 7 races that are coming up. We already know that we're in the playoffs, so that's my number one concern right now is what racetracks do we go to that's going to be similar to these 7 playoff races, and Pocono just isn't one of them.
Davey Siegel with Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Austin. Kind of to that point, with the regular season still having a little bit of time left, obviously you want to bank some playoff points to be in a good spot to get there and still kind of in the midst of a battle for the regular season championship. How do you balance trying to go for wins and stack those playoff points versus trying to get points to contend for the regular season title, all the while trying to figure out how to make a little bit more speed to be where you guys want to be? What's the balance like?
Yeah, it's not an easy balance, that's for sure, because as the driver, I personally want to just try things. I'm like, look, we're already in the playoffs. Yes, the extra 15 bonus points would be great to have, and it would be great to get the regular season championship like we did last year, to have that going into the playoffs. But as the driver, I'm like, man, let's try stuff. Let's try let's sit down and like discuss some of these setups that we're going to the racetrack with, and let's really throw some different ideas at it. I'm not saying that we come to the racetrack with the same setup every week, but we don't want to. We know that we have a decent package, so we don't try to like venture down too far down the path. And as the driver, I'm just like, let's go way down the path and try like off the wall stuff. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, and we go run 15th that day, then I'm okay with it. So there is a balance there. It's kind of one of those things you kind of like try to tug the team along a little bit on like trying to go down this one path. Now it might not work, but at the same token, I think that it can help us when we get in the playoffs. So yeah, there's still a balance there. I want to win every race that we go to, but at the same time, I know how these playoffs work, and I've unfortunately missed out on that Final Four each and every year. It seems like even in the truck level and in the Xfinity level by just very little points. So going into the playoffs this year, I'm looking at like what races do I need to win in each round to make sure that I'm guaranteed in, because that's the only way you're going to guarantee yourself in. And I think that starts with making sure you got a big enough playbook and a big enough package that you can work with on when you do start the playoffs to mess with when you get into it.
Do we have any additional questions for Austin? Austin, good luck today, and thank you for all you do for the veterans.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, there's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.